doing today? Well, if your name is Drake, you has just dropped a second lawsuit. And y'all, listen, I thought Drake had some like legal eagle, eye of the tiger, legal strategy. Drake is just spiraling. Y'all, Kendrick Lamar really broke this man. This last lawsuit is the most unhinged thing. Now, first, he alleged RICO because UMG let Kendrick Lamar destroy him. This newest thing that he is alleging is the most unhinged thing. He is suing. Again, Drake just filed another legal action against UMG over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Drake claims the song giant could have halted the release of the song that was falsely accusing him of being a PDF file. But instead, they chose to do the opposite. Drake lost his mind, first of all. You were the one, Drake, that brought up the PDF file things and Taylor made. You were the one. On top of that, we've been watching you be a weirdo with Millie Bobby Brown for years. Now, who knows the nature of the relationship? But I feel comfortable in saying it was a weird one. We also saw you be inappropriate with underage girls in America, because I know in Canada, y'all have 16 underage girls in America. Okay. So Kendrick wasn't the first one to notice that. He was just first one to bring it to attention. I will say in the lawsuit, it says pursuant to the rights under the various contracts, UMG has exclusive control over the licensing of Not Like Us and could have refused to release or distribute the song or required the offending material to be edited and or removed. But UMG chose to do the opposite. UMG designed, financed, and executed a plan to turn Not Like Us into a viral mega hit with the intent of using the spectacle of harm of Drake and his business to drive consumer hysteria and, of course, massive revenues. That plan succeeded, likely beyond UMG's wildest expectations. They said that UMG wanted to destroy them. Why would UMG want to destroy their biggest cash cow? Because up until Kendrick destroyed that man's career, Drake was UMG's biggest cash cow. He was their head colonizers. They sent him out to go assimilate other styles, other flows, and then bring it under UMG's umbrella. On top of that, Drake, you made a song called Family Matters where you went after Kendrick's wife and child. You want to talk about defamation? You got that. This is Karen behavior. On top of that, I will say one thing. Drake's such a sore loser. He literally wants to end rap as we know it. From now on, since he lost, there are no more rap beefs. You can't talk trash about anyone. You can't do anything that Drake actually did. Basically, I do want to say this, right? Listen, again, I get it. I feel like all of Drake's fanboys and stans and his glazers, y'all know who they are, Fluffy, right? You can pretend this is anything but. You can act like Drake is the hero of the industry. It ain't none of that. He ain't trying to protect anybody but himself. At the end of the day, this is Drake being salty that Kendrick destroyed him and that people didn't take his side, and he still can't believe that it was organic. Again, let me just say this, right? Ellie Lilly said Drake has officially lost it. This isn't a game plan. Drake is just spiraling. I can't believe he just admitted that he's mad that UMG didn't shut down Kendrick's music and expected them like he expected him. This is my part. Like he expected them to. I would go so far as to say like they expected him to when it came to Pusha T. Let's not forget in the Adonis thing. UMG removed Pusha T's thing at 20 million views. UMG went out of their way to not only silence Pusha T, but to push Drake's layup, which makes me think that every time Drake won a rap beef, he really didn't win. UMG, his daddy, Lucian, actually had his back. But something happened in the Kendrick Lamar beef where they just said, we don't need you anymore. Again, Drake hasn't been selling. Money talks. Money talks. Anyway, right? But again, this is insanity. Kendrick has broken this man. I can't believe he just admitted this. You're mad they didn't shut down a rap beef that you started? That you went after a man's wife and child? Preschool child? You mm, This is a man that made a song and shot a video saying Kendrick beats his wife and his son is actually his best friend's kid, who's also his manager, who he also works with, and he's raising his best friend's kid's son. Which, side note, if he was doing that, that's noble that love wins. But he's throwing shut up, y'all know what I mean, right? He's listen, Drake is throwing a tantrum that someone made a certified bop, banger, song of the summer, epic, will go down in history song called Not Like Us. And when Drake tried to do so, I'm looking at this lawsuit. When he tried to do some evil, dark stuff the day before with his song Family Matters, you tried to publicly destroy, end, humiliate, mock. You literally slandered Kendrick's wife's name. You wanted people, when they walk in the room, to think that Whitney was so low down that she would have a baby by Kendrick's best friend. You wanted them, when they walk in the room, for people to think that Kendrick was Ike Turnering Whitney. You wanted, when Kendrick was out in the park with his son, being a dad, but you don't know nothing about that. You wanted everyone to believe that Kendrick was some stupid fool that was so much of a punk that he was being forced to raise another man's child while he paid that man 10% of all his earnings, day free. You tried and you failed. And yo, Drake is spiraling. This don't even make sense anymore. Listen. Like, I know Kendrick won with Meet the Grams, but listen, and Kendrick warned him. Come on, you don't want to take it there. Cause that's something you want to do. We don't want to hear you say ninja no more. Even though, listen, but all jokes aside, if you listen to Family Matters, it was so disrespectful to someone's wife and child. He filed this lawsuit in Texas. He's going after iHeartRadio for defamation. Listen, interesting enough, they said the filing also offers key new details about Drake's grievances toward UMG, the label where he spent his entire career. In it, he says UMG knew that Kendrick's song falsely accused him of being a certified PDF file and a predator, but chose to release it anyway. Right? Again, Drake, you were the one that brought up the PDF file rumors on the previous diss track Taylor made. And also, right? We do have your history of interaction with Millie Bobby, right? Get this. Also, this is why I'm laughing. Watch me read this next thing. Because Drake stands and paid streamers spent all yesterday creating this narrative that Drake was a freedom fighter of artists against the labels. Harambe! Just for Drake's second petition to prove that no, he is a petty ass bitch. What is it, the braids? Who is really, it's really just about Kendrick and Not Like Us and him being a sore loser. They said in seeking that information, Drake's lawyers say they already have enough evidence to pursue a claim for defamation against UMG, but they might also tack on claims of civil fraud and racketeering based on why they discovered what they discovered in their depositions. UMG and iHeartRadio did not immediately return requests for comment on the new filing. Kendrick is not named as a respondent in this filing and is not legally accused of any wrongdoing. Listen, Drake isn't slick. It's a reason he's not going after Kendrick. He's afraid of discovery with Kendrick. He's not slick. You're afraid of discovery and getting the evidence, but not with UMG and iHeart. Even though, why wouldn't Kendrick just give the information to UMG and iHeart? I mean, somebody gave Kendrick that info. The funniest thing, again, Ellie Lilly says, the funniest thing to happen would be if UMG is forced to pull evidence that Kendrick is right and that Drake does have a history of underage girls. Now, here's the one thing, we're all laughing, but Drake has a big lawyer. Maybe he knows things about Lucien and Diddy. Maybe he knows things about UMG. Maybe those same violent delights, he knows how they violently end. Anyway, you guys, listen, we're going to be on top of this. I'm getting the court docs. I'm going to go live to read them if you want to get a legal analysis in full. Maybe it's going to be a heavy upload day. Ugh, we hate to see it. Anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Bye.